Hello there, my little Cancerians. This is Miss 8th House, and today I'm going to do a spiritual reading for you. By the way, this is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. And if this reading doesn't resonate with you, be sure to check your other placements. I will be out with all of them shortly. Yeah, so let's keep this quick. My name is Miss 8th House. I am a psychic medium. I've got all my clairs. And I created this deck to help people get spiritual insight into the modern world. It's called the Soothsayer's Oracle. I just made it. And I was very much feeling this color when I was meditating on your guys' energy before the reading. And I work with angels, spirits, guides, and I've already called in my angels and your guides. You know, Spirit knows who's going to be seeing this and I don't. So why don't we just get on with the reading, huh? All right, Spirit. What does Cancer need to be aware of for their highest good? What is this spiritual timeline we have going on? The Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to see this. Wow, okay, so I was picking up on this before your reading, and it's the very first card to pop out. Okay, so you guys are having some relationship things going on right now. I was kind of getting maybe that there's some conflict for some of you, not all of you, but just that a lot of things are going on in your relationships with others, you know, and your relationship with yourself. So what more can we know about this relationship for Cancer? Okay, so you're introverted. So you're feeling a little bit more introverted in all your relationships, kind of like you're wanting to withdraw and maybe just have a little bit of time to yourself to read and to really think about how you feel. I'm sensing. All right, we've got travel. So maybe you're wanting to do some solo traveling. Or maybe you're just feeling a little bit more introverted and are getting your thoughts clear on how you feel about certain relationships and you're contemplating travel in the future, or you could have a trip you're currently planning, or it could just be something that your soul is longing to do. But I feel like you're going through something with wanting to be withdrawn from certain relationships. Okay, let's get one more card here after travel for Cancer. That popped out very, very assuredly. Wisdom, and rightfully so. So you've gained some wisdom in this whole situation with your relationships. There's no doubt that what you've gone through has given you wisdom. But you're feeling more withdrawn from your relationships at this time, you know, and I think you're contemplating about what matters to you. You know, wisdom is, you know, gained knowledge over experience, and so you've experienced something and you know, more likely than not, it could have very well hurt you, because I know oftentimes in life we learn the most through those situations that hurt us. Not the most, but we sure do learn a lot. And I'm getting that you've learned a lot through going through something with someone. Maybe with multiple people, but with someone in particular. I'm feeling. So let's get one card in specific. Okay, and so as I was saying that, my voice started to get all, I'm sure you heard. So there has been some conflict in your relationship. Maybe since my throat started acting up, there could be communication issues between you and another person, and you're feeling more withdrawn. or something about communication. What about this relationship card, Spirit, for Cancer? What does this relationship card mean? Wow. Psychic. So through your relationships, you're gaining deeper psychic senses. And maybe that's what's causing you to be withdrawn a little bit more, is because you're just picking up so much, even when you're quiet. And I know that feeling. I'm a Pisces moon and lots of other placements, so I pick up on stuff even when it's quiet and you need time to listen. So there's something about your relationships that's causing your psychic awareness to psychic awareness. I wasn't sure if I said that right. You know, you're opening up but also withdrawing at the same time. It's a very kind of Cancer energy. With Cancer is a crab. My mom's a Cancer, so there's this always needing the shell to retreat back into the home, back the, you know, it's your guys that they're crab retreats back into its shell. It needs its shell. I'm also getting a vision of a turtle. So turtles also have shells. So I'm getting that something might be moving a little bit slow, but that's a good speed for it to be at for now. So let's see, what about these, okay, wow. You've outgrown certain relationships. You've outgrown certain situations. You've outgrown certain things that you've been experiencing, I want to say, for a while with someone. You might be worried about like the conflict between the two of you, or the communication issues between the two of you. And I mean, what you're picking up about that is on point. Like, don't doubt your psychic senses by any means. Like, let yourself have this time to yourself to be introverted and to really contemplate about what can stay with you and what can't stay with you. And perhaps the travel is coming up because it will help you clear your mind. And maybe there's somewhere in specific you've been wanting to go. Like, maybe just have a little bit of fun, do a little bit of solo traveling, or go visit some friends who will make you feel homey and cozy and happy after what you've been dealing with, what you've gone through in your relationships that's caused your psychic awareness to open up. Both of the women in these cards are looking down at something, like they're reading something. So maybe taking some time to read a book about a particular subject relating to this relationship issue that you're going through. That could be a specific message for somebody out there. So say, for example, like, oh, well, since my throat with the communication with the relationships, that was an issue. And I'm wanting to take a deep breath. So yeah, that is an issue, communication between you and another person. And I've really felt that in my heart space when I said that. So you're carrying it close to your heart. But you really have outgrown situations. You're not just all up in your head about that. Maybe read some books about transforming your relationship, or how to help you leave a relationship. Not necessarily, if that's not what you want to do, that's not what you do. But I'm just throwing out the case scenarios here about what you could buy a book about. But we can move ahead. There's some bookstores you can go to. I'm sure they have better suggestions than I do. All right. So let's see what this travel card for Cancer. Whoa. And I've been saying whoa with like all of your cards, but I just feel as if there's such a beautiful, really interesting message piecing together for you. Social media under travel. So there could be somewhere that you've been seeing on social media that you're feeling called, somewhere that you've been seeing on social media that you're feeling called to travel to because you've gained some wisdom. Maybe you're honestly thinking about relocating because you've outgrown a situation with someone. Or maybe there's something about social media, wanting to travel because something you saw on social media is just making you want to get away a little bit because of this whole relationship issue that you've outgrown. It could be the case for someone out there. And let's get one card to see what's this wisdom about for my Cancers. Why is wisdom in this? Oh, right. Talking about books, and then we got the education card. Look at that. Look at all those books. Oh, sorry. Not sorry, I'm just a goof. You've learned so much. You're becoming wise, and I think you're wanting to even deepen your education about like this whole situation. Maybe you're wanting to move away and go study something, and you've become wise and you've realized that you've outgrown a situation. I feel like there's something you're feeling inspired to do. And that's my little brow chakra started tingling when I said that. So I feel as if that is for certain for you. There's something you're feeling inspired to do, something you're feeling inspired to learn about, and your wisdom is helping guide you as you're outgrowing these relationships and as you're growing into your more psychic self and as you're tuning in and you're listening to where your soul is wanting to travel to. You're listening to that. You're wise about your social media usage, I'm getting. And I'm also getting that there's ways in which this situation has made you wise that you wouldn't have been able to get from education. Okay, so let's get one card to see how relationship and psychic tie together, right? Spirituality. All right. So maybe through your relationships, it really opened you up more to your spiritual self, or you had to tune more into your spiritual self because of what you were learning through your situation, and it made your psychic senses deepen. You know, you're really wanting to be tuned into yourself and to tune into your spiritual practice, and you're wise about what you have outgrown in these relationships. And I was really sensing something about relationships before your reading, before I even started this for you. I was meditating on your energy, and it just was coming up so strong, and it's coming up in my reading, and it's kind of blowing my mind a little bit. So let's see how this introverted and this outgrown go together. Spirit, what's the Cancers? How is introverted and outgrown? What are they feeling withdrawn about because they've outgrown something? Oh, I can't take that. One card flipped over and another flew out, so that was 2, and I only take them one at a time. So your relationships, there's something that you've learned from them that's made you more spiritual. And your third eye is opening. You're tuning into your psychic senses. You're wanting to be a little bit more withdrawn. You've outgrown a situation. Spirit is saying you've really outgrown that situation. So how does introverted and outgrown go together? For Cancer. How does introverted and outgrown go together? Spirit. Here we go. Look at your result. Flew out of there. Companion animal. Alright, so maybe you're wanting to do some traveling. Maybe get a dog and do some traveling with a dog. I know cats are a little bit harder to travel with, but hey, if you're determined to make that work, it's totally possible. But you've outgrown a situation, and maybe you're feeling like you need to be understood without words. That's with the companion animal. That's what that card really feels like to me. It's like what I appreciate so much about animals is that I have a relationship with them and they feel understood and I feel understood. We don't speak. I mean, we do, but we don't speak the same language. We communicate without words, through tone and feeling and gesture and facial expressions. So with your relationships, the thing that hurt you, maybe you got an animal in a relationship for someone out there, and you're being able to spend more time with this animal right now. Or you're just feeling like spending more time with animals because you've outgrown a situation that you're in with the people that you're around. Maybe that's why you're wanting to travel, you've outgrown all your relationships with where you are. Your soul is longing to explore new places. You've seen and you've heard about things and you've become wise from the situation and you're learning. Let's see how this travel and the social media go together for you, Cancer. How does travel and social media die together, Spirit? Oh. Neuroplasticity. Wow. So, let's take a second to think about that. With here's the neuroplasticity card. So you're wanting to travel. I feel like there's places that you've seen on social media that you're wanting to travel to, and you're really changing from the inside out, because neuroplasticity is our mind's ability to literally rewire itself, right? And so that's where all this wisdom is coming in for you, is you're consciously rewiring your mind. You're thinking differently. You're taking actions that are in alignment with yourself. You're wanting to travel because you're changing from the inside out. So naturally your external environment has to change from the inside out. If you change, you're not going to stay in the same environment, because that's not the reality that you're producing. So how do wisdom and education tie together for Cancer, Spirit? Whoa. Here's that whoa again, but check out this complex trauma. So this relationship, and complex trauma is, trauma that is from a bunch of things that's complex, that really hurts you, but it's kind of hard to define, and it's traumatic after the fact. It's similar to post-traumatic stress disorder, but complex post-traumatic stress disorder is where, it gets really sticky with what stays with you from what hurt you. I'm hoping I'm explaining that in a way that makes sense. So you're wise from those situations that you had that with this individual, that they did hurt you on a level that was traumatic. And it really opened you up. Being is, oh, wow, oh, I'm feeling a heaviness. What you went through with this person, like, it was really traumatizing you for a long time, but I feel like you kind of kept it under the surface. And what happens when you get that low is, because I've done something similar too, is that, like, you get this glimmer of a different understanding of life through those traumatic experiences. Like, trauma fundamentally changes who you are as a person. It changes who you are, changes how you view the world. And what you've gone through has made you wise. It has made you tune into your spirituality. It has made you more psychic. It has made you more introverted. Yes, and that is all right. That's perfectly all right if you feel more introverted at this time as you're going through all of this. And I'm getting that you're healing and you're wanting to move away from things that you've outgrown and they no longer have a place in your life. So let's do some cards to wrap up the reading for Cancer. Just in general, what's something that they need to be aware of about this situation? Breaking free. You're breaking free from all of it. That's the most magical card to come out right now after I'm getting the chills in one of my legs. Do it. By all means, break free. I'm feeling that energy for you. And break free from those things that hurt you, those people that hurt you. Those relationships could be platonic, friendship, family, anything, and your relationship with yourself where there was trauma. You've really, I want to say the worst is behind you, dear. The worst is behind you. You don't have anything to worry about. The future won't be like what it was in the past because you're changing. You've grown, you've learned, and you're opening up a new chapter in your life. You're breaking free from all of this. Yeah, you've really done a lot of shadow work. You might still be doing some shadow work with all of the stuff that this brought up. But, I mean, aren't we doing shadow work for our whole lives? It's not something that ever really goes away. But I feel like you've really worked on a lot of things that really, truly hurt you and traumatized you, and you've realized what those things have created in your life through your relationships with others, and you're breaking free from the relationships that you've outgrown that are hurtful to you. I feel like I want to close the message out with that. That's really powerful. Let's see what Spirit says, though. That's too many cards. Are we done with the reading, Spirit? Is there anything else that Cancer should be aware of? Society. So you don't have to do or go or be what anyone else expects of you, and you're finding your place within society. I'm getting you're moving away from certain situations in society that you really don't agree with. Just your soul doesn't feel good about it, and so moving away from it. Yeah. And at the bottom of the deck we have play. So really take some time. I know this is a really serious time for you. You're really going through an incredible amount of stuff. And that can make everything feel all the more serious, when life is just all too real sometimes. I mean, it is real all the time, but sometimes it just hits you in the face. I feel like that's what happened to you. Spirit wants you to play, though. Take some time to tune into your childlike energy, whether that's by listening to a song or even blowing some bubbles, taking a bath. I know that's not necessarily play, that's more self-care, but, like nurturing yourself, letting yourself experience the world as if you were a child, just walking into a room as if you've never seen it before. And let yourself travel. Let yourself go to where your soul is calling you. And please, if you are still here and this is in resonance with you, I would love to hear about how it related to your situation in the comments if you feel comfortable sharing. I know that's not always the case. Some things we don't want to share, but as a reader, it's always, it makes my day when I hear about how, in which ways this resonated with someone, because I don't know who I'm talking for. So whoever you are out there, I love you very much. And I wish you a lot of peace at this time. Thanks for joining me here today, too. If you'd like a personal, please be sure to check out the link below. I have my link tree, and you can click on my Etsy. I'm currently doing written readings right now, but I will be offering video readings, pre-recorded. I will be offering those soon. So, yeah. And this deck will also be out for sale soon, too. So if you like these cards and you'd like some for yourself, my little psychic Cancer, yeah, please check out my Etsy out for that too. Anyways, alright. Thank you for sharing this part of your day with me, and I look forward to meeting with you next time. Alright, sayonara.